Hello and welcome. My name is Tiffany Grove with My Wellness Grove. Let's find a nice, comfortable seated position wherever you may be. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, begin to release. So start to feel your shoulder blades slide down the back. And just notice where you are today. Without any judgment, we're going to take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And just exhale, begin to release, let it go. So throughout your practice, start to use the breath to move through the body. Use the breath to become conscious and present in wherever you are. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. And then just exhale, begin to release, let it go. And we're going to start to scan the body, noticing if you're holding on to any tension, any tightness. A lot of the times we hold on in areas of our body. We become tight and tense here. So learning how to use the breath to move through the body and to release and let go. So just scanning the body from the top of the head all the way down to the toes. Just start to notice, release, and let it go. So noticing the top of the head here. The crown of the head. Are you holding on to any tension, any tightness here? Breathe into the space. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And then exhale, begin to release out the mouth. Taking a few deep belly breaths here. Releasing and opening. Take a nice deep breath in. Notice if you're holding on to any tension, any tightness in the forehead. Maybe where the third eye is. If you are, you're just going to take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And then just exhale, begin to release, let it go. Softening the crown of the head, softening the forehead. And then notice if you're holding on to any tension, any tightness in the jaw, maybe in the face here. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And then just exhale, begin to release the face, let it go. Take a nice deep breath in. And then notice if you're holding on to any tension or tightness in the throat. Sometimes our throat chakra gets closed and we hold on here. So maybe just swallowing a few times to open up and release. And just take a few deep breaths here. Opening. Expanding, releasing and letting go here. So then notice if you're holding on to anything in the heart or the chest. If you are, just breathe here into this space. Feel those shoulder blades open up and slide back around. And just breathe into the heart, breathe into the chest here for a moment. Expanding, releasing, and letting go. Notice if you're holding on to anything in the shoulders. Sometimes it feels like the weight of the world is on them. So just noticing if you're holding on to tension and tightness here. If you are, that's okay. We're just going to feel those shoulder blades slide up, back, and around. And release any tension, any tightness you might be holding on to here. And breathe here. Release here and let it go. So notice if you're holding on to anything in the upper back right below the shoulders. Breathe here. Release here and let it go. Deepening the breath. Send the breath to any tight or tension spots you might be having. And then notice your rib cage. Are you holding on to anything below the chest, above the belly? Just noticing. Releasing. And letting go here. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And just exhale, begin to release, let it go. Then notice if you're holding on to anything in the belly here. Sometimes we hold on to tension and tightness in the belly. It's related to gut health. So just notice here. Breathe into this space. Release into this space and let it go. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, release. Moving the breath through the whole entire body here. And then just notice your hips. Notice if you're holding on to anything here. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, begin to release, let it go. Move the breath through the whole entire body. Breathe here into this space. And then notice where you are in a nice, comfortable seated position. Grounding your 6 bones here. Grounding down either into your chair or wherever you may be. Take a deep breath here into those hips. Noticing if you're holding on to any tension, any tightness in the glutes here. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, begin to release, let it go. Breathe into this space. Release into this space. And then notice if you're holding on to anything in the thighs. Breathe here. Release here and let it go. Scanning the body, moving all the way down. Notice if you're holding on to anything in your knees. We're going to breathe into this space. Release into this space. And let it go here. And then notice if you're holding on to any tension, any tightness in the shins. We're going to breathe here. Release here and let it go. Moving all the way down to the feet. Releasing the feet. Breathing here into this space. And then just begin to release, let it go here. So scan the whole entire body. Use the breath to move through. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, begin to release. Let it go. So I want you just to start to notice. Notice where the mind goes when the body stops. Breathe here. Release here, let it go. So start to notice if you have any resistance. If you have any stories, patterns, or habits that start to pop up. And without judging them or without labeling them, we're just going to notice. Notice it for what it is. So again, breathe here into this space. Release here into this space and let it go. Stay with the breath. Move through the body. And then just start to understand the mind, the resistance we have towards things. Sit with this for a moment. Well, let's take 10 deep belly breaths, moving the breath through the whole entire body. And take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, begin to release, let it go. Notice the breath. Taking a nice deep breath in. Exhale, release. Notice where the body is. Do you start to tense up in certain places? Take a nice deep breath here. Just noticing, releasing, and letting it go. Breathe into this space. Release into this space. Open the heart, open the chest. Take a nice deep breath in. And then notice if anything starts to pop up in the mind. Stay with the breath. Let it go. And then notice if you start to have any resistance here. And if you do, that is okay. Let it pop up. Acknowledge it for what it is. And then let it pass by you like you're watching a movie. Be with the breath. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, begin to release, let it go. Stay with the breath. So I want you to start to notice where the mind goes. Where the reptilian mind goes. And just sit there with it for a moment. Take a nice deep breath in. And then exhale, begin to release. Stay with the breath here. Move through the body. And then I want you to start to notice these stories, these patterns or habits. Are they all coming out of fear, or are they coming out of love? And don't judge. Just notice. Sit with it for a moment. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, begin to release, let it go. So I want you to notice these stories, patterns, or habits. Noticing whether they're based out of fear and love. And then just knowing that anything that is based out of fear is not really there. It's made up in the mind. So just sit with that for a moment. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, begin to release, let it go. So starting to notice. And then I want you to start to think, how can you turn this fear more towards love? How can you take the same exact thing and see what is real and what is not? And just sit with that for a moment. In through the nose. And just exhale, begin to let it go. Softening the body and easing the mind. Take a deep breath in. Let it go here. So I want you to start to think about what keeps popping into the mind. And if it's still based in fear, that's okay. But notice how you can add a little love to it. Maybe you can be a little understanding towards the person, place, or thing. And just sit with that for a moment. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And then just exhale, begin to release. Let it go here. If you want, you can close the eyes, take the right hand to the heart, left hand to the belly. Start to focus on the breath here. Focus on the belly rising under that left hand. And focus on the chest rising under that right hand. Notice your heartbeat here. Breathe into this space. Release into this space and let it go. So when you're ready, you can keep those hands where they are. You can bring them down by the side. Scan the body. So again, we hold on to tension and tightness in certain parts of our body. Notice, and then use the breath to move through here. Move through the body, move through this space. And then come back to the breath. So take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, begin to release, let it go. Use the breath to anchor you here. Notice the body. Notice where your mind starts to go. Pay attention here. And just take a few deep breaths. So take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, begin to release, let it go. Come back. Notice the mind. So I want you to start to think of those patterns, those habits, those stories, and how we can replace them with love if they're not already. So take a deep breath in. If you want to close the eyes, you can close the eyes. But I want you to picture what brings you joy, what brings you happiness. And then also notice what else starts to pop up, the resistance. And that's only there to be our teacher, to show us. Show us where the work needs to be done. Show us where we need a little love. Whether we need to give it or we need to give it to someone else. So sit here with that for a moment. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, begin to release, let it go. Breathe into this space. Release into this space. Notice. So focusing on the breath here again, let's take 10 deep belly breaths. Ground yourself here. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And then exhale, begin to release, let it go. Notice if you're holding on to any tension, any tightness. Let it go. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, release. And again, start to notice if any resistance pops up. And instead of fighting it this time, which causes more resistance, more anger, more pain, it's like falling down the rabbit hole, start to fill those spaces with love. And though it might not come easy or natural at first, once we start replacing it, you'd be surprised. Take a nice deep breath in. Notice the fear. Start to replace it with love. Notice the stories. Start to replace it with love. Take a nice deep breath in. And then just exhale, let it go. Move through the body. Use the breath here. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, release. So notice how these stories, these patterns, these habits, if they're based in fear, they're not really real. That's why they feel so bad. So come back to love, find that peace, find that joy. Take a nice deep breath here. And know that once you choose this, once you choose love over the fear no longer exists. Because it's created by you. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose, feeling very strong and powerful. Knowing that with the breath, with the mind, with your body, you're capable of anything. It's those stories, those patterns and habits that get in the way. It's choosing fear time and time again over love. So with the breath, each breath, choose love. Choose joy. And then just exhale, release that no longer serves you. Even if it's been part of you for a while, it's okay to let it go. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, release. So just taking the next few moments to breathe in all you need. All that's love, all that's yours. And exhale that no longer serves you. Release those stories. Release the patterns, the habits. Release yourself and others. And then just come back to love. Because that's really all that's real. We're going to take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Bring those hands to heart center. Feel the shoulder blades slide down the back. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose, knowing that no matter what, you can always come back here throughout the day. All you need is the breath. All you need is yourself. It's all in you. I'd like to thank you for being here today. My name is Tiffany with My Wellness Grove. The divine in me sees the divine in you. Namaste.